Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It has been about a week since I posted anything, or maybe a week and a half. I'm not sure. But how y'all doing? It's Brittany fans. It's just Brittany back with another video. Okay. Um Again with another cute mask. I got some really cute ones from Ross. This one says positive thinking. I just ordered me some really cute ones off of Amazon. Cannot wait for those to come in. They're for Valentine's Day, so I cannot wait for those to come in. They're gonna be mad cute. All right. So I've been promising y'all in video a new updated video about my journey with the weight loss surgery that I had. So I'm gonna keep the video like not too long because I tend to like kind of like drift off and be like all off topic and everything else. So I'm just going to try to keep this as short as possible and try to provide y'all with as much details as possible. And then I'm also going to provide y'all with pictures and everything. So for everybody who doesn't know, again, I had weight loss surgery March 2019. And if y'all are doing the math, then y'all already know what was going down March 2019. That's when all hell broke loose. Okay. That's when the pandemic the virus, COVID-19 had just started hitting the states. They was doing lockdowns. It was just chaotic. I don't know. It was chaotic. I had already paid for my surgery. And so there was no way that it was not going down. Like, I'm going to have this surgery. So that's when California and Washington State was on lockdown. As far as we know, upper state, not even the lower part of California, it was the upper northern part of California, closer to Washington State. Those were the main areas that like where all the outbreaks was. Like, I don't think we were having like a lot of outbreaks throughout the rest of the country. So I was like, I'm gonna take a chance. So what y'all didn't know is like I promised y'all I was gonna let y'all know like where I had my surgery, who the doctor's name, and oops, sorry guys. So I said I was going to give you guys the doctor's name and everything. And honestly, I should have had that pulled up because like I don't even have his name pulled up. But I remember his name though, so it don't even matter. So anyways, so bam, y'all ready? Y'all want to know where I had my surgery? Okay, so I had my surgery. Da, da, da. Okay, so I had my weight loss surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. All right, yes, I had it in Tijuana, Mexico, y'all. Like I said, it was already paid for the prior year, so I was gonna go. I don't care, Okay, so just let y'all know why I decided to go to Tijuana, Mexico to have my surgery. So if you checked out my other video, if you haven't checked it out, first of all, you need to go check it out and then like. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that bell for the notification for more videos. Okay. But if you checked out my other video, then I told you that I was having like issues with like insurance, and I was on my husband's insurance, and they told me I had to be at the job for like at the on the insurance for a year before they would cover my surgery. And y'all, by that time in my mind, I already had the surgery and I was already a size 5. Okay, so nobody was going to stop me. Okay, so I had already made up my decision. I had asked my husband about it. I asked him how he would feel if I went to Mexico to get the surgery, and at first he wasn't on board with it. He was like, hell to the no. He ain't cool with it. But I found a really, really good doctor, and this doctor came with like a ton of recommendations. Okay. So I just felt really comfortable with going to see this doctor. Now, how I found the doctor, okay? So I went on YouTube, just like you guys are here on YouTube, and I was doing a lot of researching. And guys, no, I didn't just go to YouTube and said doctors in Mexico that does weight loss surgery. No, that's not what I did. I researched so much in the United States. I called different locations. I emailed different locations in the United States, just trying to find somebody that was reasonable, trying to find somebody that was like, I mean, it was just so expensive. Like, I mean, like $16, $17, $19,000, and I just didn't have it. I didn't have it. So how I found the doctor in Mexico. So of course I'm doing my research, and what's our favorite place to come for research? YouTube. Okay. And so I'm like flicking through YouTube videos about weight loss surgery, just trying to get myself, I even went to my weight loss clinic in my city. In my state, Virginia, and I even took a class on the surgery. I sat in on a seminar. I listened to people speak, everything. It was just too expensive. It was still $16,000. I couldn't afford that. So, of course, I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at different YouTubers and stuff. And then before I know, it's like a couple of YouTubers, they were saying they went to Mexico to have their surgery, and they even show like the entire video, their entire experience and everything. So then I end up looking the company up online, and then I end up going on Facebook, and then I realized that these people had over like 80,000 people that were on their Facebook page or more. I mean, I might be over exaggerating, but they had a lot. And I mean, they were all from America and they were all from Canada. So I'm like, all right, well, and all of them were showing their before and afters. I mean, if you scroll up and down, like through everything, you will just see before and afters. You see before, fat, PHAT, after, skinny. Okay? Skinny. I mean, not just no skinny, like they were 300 pounds and now they're 125 or 130. I mean, that's how much weight these people was losing. And it was just rows, hundreds and hundreds of people. And they were saying things like, you know, don't be scared, like your family's gonna freak. Oh my gosh. That's an understatement about your family freaking out. That's an understatement. So anyways, I did my research. So then next, I reached out to a coordinator that was through the clinic. Okay. And when I say they were so professional, the woman stayed in contact with me. She was so professional. And you know, she just stayed in contact with me. So it made me really appreciate that she was really professional. She sent me like my 2 week, like what I have to do before my 2 weeks. She sent me, like when I made my payment on a legalized site, like where you make your payment at. And when I got done making my payment, they sent me a receipt to my email, and then they sent me all my documentation. I signed it even after the payment, y'all. So I know what y'all thinking. As soon as they get y'all money, then they're gonna haul off and you're just gonna be like, excuse my French, ass out, and you're not going to get your money back. That's not the case. They most definitely, after I made I paid off my surgery, they still was sending me paperwork, and they were telling me how I was going to meet my driver and everything. So they sent me all of that. So I felt very secure in everything. So, I mean, I just enjoyed myself. And so this is what happened. So coronavirus, we back on coronavirus. So, you know, bam, boom, boom, coronavirus then broke out, and like we had to get on the airport. Okay. So I was very nervous about that. But everybody that was going to their surgeries before me on the Facebook group, they was preparing me for what's like stuff that I needed to have. So they told me to have a heating pad. So I bought one of those off of Amazon. They told me to get some of the clear the clear bandage stuff, you know, the liquid stuff that you put on your scars and something like that. So they told me to get that. What else did they tell me to have? They just said I don't need to pack a lot of clothes because like for 2 days we're gonna be inside the hospital. So like they was just like preparing me. So I was very well prepared and I brought everything that they told me to. Oh yeah. They told me to get gas X pills too. So because you have a lot of gas and gas in your chest and gas in your stomach, so they told me to get gas X pills after your surgery. You have a lot of gas. So I got everything they told me to get. So I was very well prepared. So 2 weeks prior to me going to Mexico, I did the liquid diet. I didn't have to do the liquid diet for 2 weeks though. I just did like where they sent me a list of everything that I'm allowed to eat. So for like a week straight, or a week, almost a week and a half, I had to eat exactly down to the T what they told me that I could eat, which is very light stuff. Like it was like salads and all that stuff. Like it was really, really, really like very little. The 3 days prior to my surgery day, I had to go on a straight liquid diet. So I had to drink nothing but fluids. I cannot have no food. So then the night that I got on the airport, my husband took me to the airport. And y'all, I went by myself. So I know y'all like, dang, you crazy. All right, y'all, I went by myself. I was supposed to have somebody that was supposed to go with me, but the person did not get their passport and the person did not, like, she just didn't do anything. So I'm over here getting my passport, paying for my surgery, thinking I'm gonna have a companion, but I didn't have a companion. And I had already paid for everything. And I was like, Lord, just stay with me, guide me, shield me, cover me. Okay, cover me with all your love. Cover me with armor. Protect me, because I got to get back to my husband, because he sure can't manage 3 kids by himself. Jesus! So anyways, so the airports was completely empty, y'all. So and they separated us. So if they had us booked next to somebody, when we got on the airport, they would ask us if we would like to be spaced out. And I wore a mask, and I had that what's the serious mask, the what's the one where the big old evaporating one that got the little vents and everything. I had I had it locked down, and then I was spaced out, and I kid you not, it had to be like maybe like 15 people on the entire plane, and these were big planes, and so we were spaced all the way out. So like when nobody was like together. So I was safe with that. Okay. I did get very sick on the plane, y'all. This was my first plane ride ever in my life. And I got so sick, I thought I was going to die. Like I was not used to plane rides before. And y'all, I had to fly all the way from Virginia to California. So yeah. So then after I flew and I made my way there. As soon as I landed, my driver he texted me and he said, where, what entrance are you at, or what door are you at? So then I told him where I was at, and then I waited outside for my driver. And then when my driver pulled up, he said my name. He was like, Brittany. And I was just like, hi. And then he seemed like a cool, good person. I know what y'all are thinking. Y'all like, you're fucking stupid. Like, excuse my French. Like, you're stupid. You're stupid. What the heck? You gonna get in a car with a stranger? No, guys, it wasn't like that. So he was in a hospital van, and it had the van's name on it. Okay. And then there was it was full of people, American people. Not saying, okay, all Americans are trustworthy. I mean, clearly, some of you guys are crazy, so clearly. But he just made me feel very welcome. He was like, hi, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing great. He was like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, I got in. He put my stuff in for me. When I hopped in, the people that was in there, they were going to get surgery too. We all just started vibing and talking and laughing and just having a really good time. The driver was making some crazy jokes. Like he was like, oh yeah, Mexico, you right, we're gonna, he was just making the normal jokes that us Americans that have never been out of the country or even to Mexico, the accusations we would be thinking, like, you know, like, oh, we're gonna take your organs and all that stuff. Like, he was making jokes about it, and I'm like, Lordy, in my mind, I'm like, if he's really serious about this, then, you know, well, hell, he told me, but but he wasn't. So he ended up driving us to the clinic, and then as soon as we got to the clinic, it was so nice, y'all. I mean, it was so clean. It looked like you can just lick the floor. Okay, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, that's how clean it was. It was like really clean, but it was so nice. And the first thing they did was they took our blood. So they took us in the back. I went to the back. I got my blood work done, and I got an EKG done. So they did, like, I felt like they handled me just like I was in the States. I feel like that's what they would do before I would go into surgery to make sure I'm okay, you know? So after they did that, I had to wait for my group to get done. That was in a van. It was another van that was getting pulled up with other people. No, when we got there, it was already people in the clinic that had already gotten their EKGs done and their blood work done. So all of them were getting in the van to head to the hotel that we were staying in. Oh, and the hotel was a part of the surgery amount. So yeah. So anyways, they end up driving us to the hotel, and we had to stay in the hotel for just overnight. And we had to go. They have an office at the hotel where there's a nurse, and she's an on-site nurse for the hotel. So that's how I knew, like, this ain't no like little run. And no, it was not a rundown hotel. It was a very nice, expensive hotel. They had like a pool on the top floor. It was just so nice. A pool on the bottom floor, a restaurant in the hotel. It was very, very nice and clean. Like, I was very impressed. So, and like I said, they have a nurse on deck. So she's like on call 24 hours. So if you need anything, the nurse was there for you. So we all had to go and meet up at the nurse station. So the nurse can give us our times for surgery in the morning. And so that's exactly what she did. And so she told me my time was 8 o'clock in the morning. She said, you need to be downstairs by like 6:30. She was like, be down here to my office back by 6:30. I was like, okay. So of course, I still can't drink anything. And I had made good friends with everybody that was in the van with me. So we had all decided that we were going to go across the street to this Mexican restaurant, and they have a really good tequila soup. Okay. And they already like deal with a lot of the patients, because they get a lot of business because of the patients that come in to that come. So they get a lot of business. So we all decided to go across the street to get a tequila soup, and they already knew we was having surgery. So we all got the tequila soup. Why was that broth so good? It was so good, y'all. I got a picture. I'm gonna show y'all too. So it was so good. And then some of the people that came, that was in the van, they had companions with them. So they actually got like Mexican food, and it was smelling so good, and I was so jealous. But unfortunately, I was having surgery the next day, so of course I couldn't eat the food. So, but anyways, after that, we ended up walking across the street that was also next to the hotel. It was like a convenience store. It looked like a little 7-Eleven, and we got like they were telling us, and we also seen online from the group, that we should get some electrolytes, these little electric light drinks. They're almost like Gatorade. So they were saying that those were really good. So we ended up going across the street. I ended up buying like 10 of them because I like being prepared. So I ended up buying like a whole bunch of those. And y'all, like, I don't know the difference between like
y'all,
Mexican
please
money and all
what
that
I
stuff.
just said.
So
what
I
I'm about to say,
like, you know,
it's not Mexican money, it's pesos. What I meant to say is I don't know the difference
like
between pesos and American money, or
I was tipping him like $10.
Amounts of, like, I mean, how much a dollar bill would,
like, thank
you know,
you,
towards a peso. You know what I mean?
Take care of me. Then he'll take me back to the hotel. Bam, take care of me. Let me give you $10. Take care of me. Okay. So yeah, he was getting tipped good. But anyways, so I get back to the hotel. Of course, I'm talking to my hubby on the laptop, just letting him know I'm good, talking to my mom and all that. Because my mama, that's a different story, because she was acting crazy, y'all. She thought I was going to die and some more stuff. So Yeah, so I got back to the hotel, okay, fell asleep, boom, boom, boom. And then get up in the morning at 6:30 and I head to the nurse's station and I meet up with some other customers, I say customers, but you other patients that was going to the hotel. I mean, going back to the clinic with me. So boom, we go back to the clinic and they give us our rooms. So we go up to the second floor of the clinic and they give us our rooms and we get into our gowns. They have this, just like when you're inside a regular hospital, they have the little setup where you have a toothbrush and toothpaste. They like give you stuff just like you in the States. And then my nurse came in, she started the IV and started getting some fluids in me. And then she said, before you go up for surgery, the doctor is going to stop in and talk to you. And so I'm like, this is, Lordy, thank you. I'm so glad this is legit. Okay. So, the doctor came in, he did exactly what the nurse said. He laughed with me. He said, don't worry, you're going to look so good. And he's like, you're going to recover great. And he was like, do you have any questions? And I was like, no. So then after that, after my fluids, they wanted to make sure I got a whole bag of fluids in me first. And then after that, they ended up rolling me upstairs. It was like 2 other patients up there sitting in the bed waiting to go into the surgery room. And so the surgery level was like, there was like 2 or 3 surgery rooms. Okay. And they had like different doctors working in each one of them. And so they were, guys, I would see, like, while I was sitting there waiting on my turn, I was like watching them clean the surgery. They was like cleaning the heck out of everything that was inside that surgery room. So they was like super, super clean and everything. So I was just watching them clean everything. The only thing I would say just a little bit was just like I seen them cleaning some of the utensils next to me, and so I could see some of the blood and stuff, and I was just like, oh god dang it, I don't want to see that before I got to go in a room before I pass the hell out. Oh, god dang. But anyways, but besides that, when it was my turn to go, they rolled me in there. I seen my surgeon, I seen all his nurses that was going to be helping him. And they just made me feel so comfortable. They were serious jokesters. They were laughing a lot. And they just made me feel really good and very comfortable. And then they told me, of course, just like any other surgery, they told me to count back from 10. I said 10. I said, woo, I'm out. And then next time I woke up, I was just like, did I have the surgery? Because I don't feel any pain. Like, where the surgery at? And they were like, yeah, you had the surgery, lift up your gown. And I lift up my gown and I seen the little, I had a drainage tube right here. And then I had where they had made the little holes in my stomach to cut my stomach, and all that stuff. So yeah, but besides that, I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days. I was up walking around like after 3 hours. I slept for like 3 or 4 hours and then I was up walking around. I didn't feel any pain. The only pain I felt was like really bad gas. It was like, in my top of my stomach right here. It was hurting so bad. I was just like, this gas. And the nurse kept telling me that I have to get up and I have to walk around. Like, that's the only way to get the gas out. I have to get up. I have to walk. So that's what I did. As the days went on, I ended up feeling better. I stayed in the hospital for 2 days. That's all I needed was the 2 days. When I left the hospital, I didn't need any type of pain medication. I didn't need any at all. When I left the hospital, I ended up going back to the hotel for another 2 days. Well, for me, it ended up being 1 day because I ended up... Y'all, back to the coronavirus. It was all hell was breaking loose in America, okay? So, and they were talking about shutting down the border. And I was like, what the hell? My mom was like, you need to get back into the U.S. ASAP. So I end up like going to talk to the nurse that was at the hotel. And I asked her if it was okay if I left early. And she just had to get permission from the doctor. it to say that if I can leave, because they want you to stay in the hotel for 2 days, and then they have a nurse that will come to your hotel room, and she will help you change your bandages. She will check on you. Like, literally, they help you change your bandages. They'll check on you, check your heart, check everything to make sure you're good. And because everything was good with me, I wasn't having any complications. The nurse talked to the doctor, and then they okayed me to leave 1 day early. So instead of me being down there in Mexico for 5 days, because the entire trip is 5 days, I was only there for 4 days. So I was there for the first day that I came. The second day I had my surgery, and then I spent, the second day I had my surgery. Then I spent another day in the hospital, and then the last day I stayed in the hotel, and they let me leave. So they let me leave on the 4th day. So really, it was like 2 nights, 4 days. I don't know, 3 nights, 4 days, something like that. So yeah, it wasn't that long, but I ended up leaving, and y'all coming back. Woo! They had shut down the border. They was like, nobody that was Mexican, anybody that was from the country Mexico, you were not allowed in the United States. Like, Donald Trump shut it down. But I was like, I'm American. You gonna let me up in the United States? We gonna box or something. Okay. So I was really scared. That our driver, he was basically saying that it's a possibility that they might have to drop us at the border, and we have to call a Uber. And it was probably like 5 of us that went back that day. So I was like, oh my gosh, I really don't feel like calling an Uber. But I had the money because I made sure I brought enough cash. But I was like, dang, I really don't want to call an Uber. So as we were driving up to the border, I was nervous. Like, I was about to but he let the man pass. He let him pass. Thank you. Because I was scared. And so I ended up meeting a really good friend. We still friends to this day on Facebook and down there. And we end up traveling back with each other. And y'all, that's pretty much the end of the story. Like, pretty much the end of my experience. Like, everything. Okay. So, and of course I flew back and I came home. My husband picked me up, and bam. So if y'all want to know what happened for my aftercare and when I got home from Mexico, well, that's just another video that y'all are going to have to watch. Okay. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because that's the only way you're going to know what I did and how I took care of myself, and if I had any side effects or anything like that. You're gonna have to subscribe to my channel. Okay, share it, subscribe it, like it, bell it, whatever, but you're gonna have to do that if you want to know. So thanks again, y'all, for tuning in and listening to me run my mouth. Y'all have a wonderful day.